Welcome back, beautiful souls, and happy summer solstice. This season of blooming, expansion, all of those beautiful, eye-opening, wild, incredible feelings and expansion. So I want to expansion is the words that I keep hearing. Channel, share information about the summer solstice energy, the collective energy, or what we are being drawn to and called to. I also want to incorporate a previous channel that I did. If you saw my, I think a couple of videos ago where it's an actual channel, not a meditation, I talked about how much difficulty I have had in getting posts out and sharing channels. So when I say I have many channels that I have done, there is a lot, my friends. And what I have always learned from Spirit is that if I have done a channel and it has not come through in quite the right way, there's been distorting energies, there's been something that's off, it'll come through in a different channel. And I trust that the correct information that is needed for those of you on this channel is what will come through for the highest good again and again and again, if that is what is needed. So I'm releasing all judgment of that in that aspect. I previously did a channel for a gardener. I did not get to post that. That again was in the last 2 weeks. This channel is actually tied to summer solstice early. My guide Ellen is saying you receive the information early because now is the time where the seeds that have been planted and the roots that have been unearthed, separated, unentangled. Now is the time that it can flourish. I'm seeing the fruit tree bearing fruit. I'm seeing a card that is a beautiful oracle card, and it is the number 12. Wow, 12 is it's everywhere. It is all over the place, is it not? Amongst other divine angel numbers, I'm being told to reference 144 right now, and 12 by 12 is the 144 numerical values, also significant for the quantum healing codes 222. I want to roll with all of the goddess energy. Oh, feels so good. It feels so light. It feels so feminine, but it feels fiercely feminine. And that's what it feels like to me. There is a fire. It is culminating all of the solar plexus, the root, right? This is why we have spent since March, I am hearing, with Mars and Jupiter and the rings of Saturn. The rings of Saturn also came through on a previous channel. The Ringmakers of Saturn is one of the experiences I have actually had spiritually, I want to say a year ago. I could be wrong on that, might be more than that. But I found myself on Saturn as a ring maker with the ring makers, those creating the rabbit holes. So Saturn is a ring. Saturn is a powerful change maker. Is also associated with the Wheel of Fortune and the Wheel of Karma, summer solstice. So Saturn, prior to this energy at this point in time on whatever today's date is, June the 21st, honoring summer solstice, June the 21st, prior to this, 3 weeks, 3 months prior to this, we have been working on identifying the rings of karma. We are called to stop in this moment right here. Stop the wheel. Look back at your wheel, the ring that you have been walking for this lifetime. For some of you, many in another life, you have been walking this for many lifetimes. Step by step, step by step. It is a massive undertaking. The lessons that your soul is on, the journey that you are on. This is the final culmination. This is the splitting of the earth in two, the splitting of you, who you were, that's who you are meant to be or becoming, the version of you. So when we stop, Ava says, stop and look at the ring, see it clearly, close your eyes. This is the time to bear the fruits, to receive the flow of abundant energy that you have either denied yourself, dismissed, blocked, or was blocked from you for very specific reasons. Ava says this is important because when we stop and we view the ring in its entirety, we must see it from the lens of truth, not pretending it is from a victimhood or a dominating aspect, or even that we do not have a hand or a play in it. The abdication of responsibility is to continually walk the rings. This is not the time for that. We must take care of all the little things. So side note, I want to tell you guys, these are all messages that I've been receiving over the last, I want to say 12 days, 2 weeks. I'm being told 12 days specifically. We are being called and asked to see with absolute clarity and truth, without shame, identify the ring that we have been on. There comes a point in time through the evolution of one's soul and one's spirit where the ring makers make the ring for you to walk. Your guides stand at each cusp, helping you to transcend to the next ring. She's showing me each ring layered one upon the other, just in the Koisha, just like the spiral kundalini or the double helix of the DNA strands. They're the lotus flower unfurling. These are all spiral energies. I'm being reference of the Fibonacci. These all represent the same thing. Some of you may view it as planetary. The planetary commission has a green light. Some of you may view this astrologically. Some of you may view this in different teachings, different explanations, whether it is Vedic. Thank you, India. I have to share my absolute gratitude for of Indian descent and lineage masters who have stood up with me, for me, and around me. I am being told to share my absolute deepest gratitude for 12 days. I have felt it deeply in my etheric fields and subtle energy bodies, and I have sang, and I have hope you have heard me. Thank you, India. Thank you, Providence. This, my friends, again, I am seeing the deep knowing card. When I talk about the 12 houses coming together, and that although it appears to have a biblical front, it is so much more than this. This is all of the masters and the wisdom and the keys from each individual house rising up together to share their wisdom and knowledge with the collective consciousness, because now is the time, particularly when we are having massive disclosures on the main stage. Be discerning, pay attention. When we have disclosures, not all of the disclosures are on the up and up is what I'm hearing. Some of them are laid bare with absolute truth. However, make no mistake, there is a counterintelligence, is what I am hearing, who is displaying some of them as false flags to incite fear. This and that are true. It is the same of your rings. Ava says, go back to the rings. We will talk more about disclosures on another channel or later on in this channel. Thank you, Ava. There are many deities that wish to come through my mom's channel. However, this channel is now reserved at this time by me, says Ava. I'm literally seeing hands go out like this. By me, summer solstice, the energy of expansion of the flowers blooming, the fruits bearing fruit. 12, which is the number of 3. How many 3s does it require to hit 144, says Ava, because that is what is rippling through the divine consciousness and on to infinity. We work from the inside out. The waves of volunteers. I have the white stag standing up with my daughter as one. She says, united, all councils, united. It is the merging into the one. To come from the highest heart and the elevated consciousness. We work from the inside out. This is why we had 3 waves of volunteers to work from the inside of each individual's consciousness. There are those of you who will awaken. There have been awakenings along the timelines. Many will still awaken. all is not lost. You feel, there's the fly on the wall. I'm being told very clearly, I was shown this morning, somebody's lapel has a bug in it. To be very clear, a microphone bug. This is not one we talk into so people can hear us or record. It is a listening bug, a fly on the wall. This also came through in many of the channels over the last 2 weeks as well that I also was not able to get out. To be very clear, you will know if that message is yours. Do not make it fit if it does not. Moving along, says Ava. Thank you, says the Planetary Commission. SCHUMANN and the Galactic Federation of Light. Commanders have been activated. Pay attention. Now, back to the rings of Saturn. Because we work from the inside out, we work in the collective consciousness that inhabits the Gaia's earth plane. The collective consciousness is groups of spheres of beings. This has already been discussed on this channel through my mom. We wish to identify how we work from the inside out. What is true of the disclosures, what may not be shared publicly on the mass main stage of main media, is there are many spheres of consciousness from extraterrestrials and light beings and the Galactic Federation of Light who unite as starseeds to enlighten the collective consciousness, to evolve, to stop the slaughter of man, the enslavement, to stop the destruction of the earth plane so that all may survive and thrive on a higher plane of consciousness through that fifth dimension. What is also true, apparently we're doing disclosures, my friend. She says this is important, and then we'll move back to the rings. So we're jumping back and forth here, friends. Sometimes that can be distracting. However, I am being told it is irrelevant. The important piece is that the information goes to the individuals that is needed, where it is highly attuned and relevant for the rings of Saturn and working from within. I have 12 ring makers standing up, one from each house of keys, wisdom, master keys. I also have Manly P. Hall coming into my consciousness. However, that will be on a totally different channel. Thank you, India. Thank you, India. In addition, okay, so let's go back to the disclosures and the Galactic Federation of Light. There are so many beings standing in this room that I just need to take a moment, friends, and focus on one at a time. The councils of light speak through each Galactic Federation of Light. Each of you starseeds, sentient beings from other highly evolved consciousness, we are working from the inside out in order to evolve and open and activate and wake up the consciousness of the humanoids created on the earth plane. What is also true of this disclosure is indeed there are many dark spheres of ETs, extraterrestrials, and dark spheres of consciousness through the galactic wars that move through different black holes. These are portals of energy. Awaken, dear heart. This is very important. This distinctly affects manifestations of others, particularly when there is a flow through or it targets the left cortex command center of the brain through the consciousness of each individual. This has been done through multiple planes and spheres of consciousness intentionally by beings in great positions of power. What is also true is there are beings in positions of power who are counteracting this. This is part of the Great Awakening. It has been 1 foot on the gas pedal and 1 foot on the brake. You may ask, why have I been blocked from my intuition? Why have I not awakened? Why is that person over there not awakening? To come from the absolute highest heart, dear heart, it is important to understand there has been more at play. Individuals have been blocked and not awakened and blanketed over by a veil intentionally put there so that they do not awaken. It is not that they cannot. It is not that this keeps coming through. Somebody thinks, I keep hearing the saying from somebody, are they stupid? They're not stupid. Listen, I want to be super clear. Some people are not, there's many things happening. Some people are not meant to awaken yet. There is divine purpose in this. They are intentionally not being awakened until divine timing. End of story. This is not for me to judge or you to judge. They have a soul plan that is of delicate nature and high importance. That is one. The second is this: there are some who are intentionally made to not see. It is not because they do not see. It is because they have been forced not to see through a mind control, through energy blockages, through bindings. They are a target of people. It is not because they do not see. It is because they have been veiled, tamped down, blocked off so that they do not see. This and that are true. There are many things happening on the earth plane. There are many people who have had to fight for their light, remove the blockages as they come in. There are many people who are not meant to awaken until exactly the right moment. It is not for me to judge what the right moment is, and it is also not for any of us to judge. The divine is in charge, make no mistake. Each instrument of the divine will be activated at exactly the right time. If they are being blocked or manipulated in ways that stop the force fields of light, make no mistake, there are earth angels and those in the spiritual hierarchy or ranks who will attend to them to protect them. This is etakeshona aya. It is written. Eshkwanaka aletakeshona. Anakiara ta aya. And my whole being is on fire right now, my friends. Ava says that this information is important. Every moon cycle, every day, attune to your absolute highest guidance. Attune to clearing your energy, calling in your team to shield. Saint Germain, I'm hearing transmuting violet flame. Call this in. This is a beautiful, expansive energy. Do not let anything stop it. Talk about the flowers, Mom, because she's showing me going back to the Ringmakers of Saturn. Astrologically, the houses at this time are peeling off the rings. You must see it clearly, identify it clearly in order to peel it off and remove the ring, dissolve it, transmute it. This can only be done upon the act of acceptance, to see it clearly without labeling it as something else in order to make it feel better. See it clearly, accept this, and move forwards. Knowledge is important. It has nothing to do with emotions. Knowledge is powerful. It does not make you powerful. Peshkwan, I have Ram Dass. Knowledge does not make you powerful. Knowledge empowers you to make choices and decisions and to see clearly from all of the different perspectives and paradigms. This is why I teach based on the Holy Trinity. This is why I move through the 12 dimensions as a 12-dimensional being. 12 dimensions or 12 pillars, which move forward into the 144 and on to infinity. Dimensions are simply perspectives and facets. Rings as well, the rings of karma, the wheel of karma. Identify the limitations of man and the soul lessons that we do. Right now, it is the wheel of fortune. Let go. Simply observe what it is in its truest form as it is. Do not change it. Do not blind it. Do not label it. Do not twist it. Accept it for what it is so that you may move on. Dear hearts, love lights. These starseed messages come from the Planetary Commission and the Galactic Federation of Light. We move now into the mothership of the ETs of light beings who have been shielding the earth plane from a massive takeover. We have tried many, many times to